It's been nearly 48 hours since an ICE agent fatally shot a woman in Minneapolis. And tensions there are rising as the Trump administration surges even more federal agents into the city.
Let's get to CNN's Brian Abel, who is back live for us in Minneapolis, in that neighborhood where the shooting happened. Brian, we spoke to you this time yesterday. What are you seeing there today?
Yeah, good morning, guys. It's a little bit of a different scene here this morning from what it was 24 hours ago. And actually, when we arrived, it was quite different this morning. We were able to get here pretty easily yesterday, and the reason being is because of those community barricades that were put in place. So there wasn't a whole lot of foot traffic. There wasn't a whole lot of vehicle traffic either. When we arrived this morning, we couldn't get here originally because every area around here, there was a perimeter set up by police. We were wondering why, what's going on? Why would you guys be here today when you weren't yesterday? Well, the reason we found out is because they were dismantling those barricades that were in the middle of the streets that were put up by the community. So the Minneapolis Public Works Department was knocking those down. And so we're kind of getting this idea of a little bit of returning back to normalcy somewhat here, at least in this neighborhood. You would see behind me, if this police vehicle wasn't here, the memorial that continues to grow. These officers here right now are making sure that this area is clear so people could come do that. So it is calm right now here. That's not necessarily the case at the federal building, the Whipple building that's in the greater Minneapolis area, where we did see yesterday clashes between protesters and federal agents, sometimes physical, pepper spray being used as well. In anticipation of the potential for that kind of conflict again today, we do know that right now concrete barriers are being put up around that building to prevent that situation from playing out. We also know that Minnesota's Governor Tim Walz, he has authorized the National Guard to be prepared and step in if need be. Guys.
Well, Brian, you just talked about just the tensions, how high it is there in the city. Now, we know that Homeland Security says those additional federal agents are surging into the city on top of the 2,000 that are already there. And now schools are even canceling classes. How is that being received by the community?
Not well, as you can imagine. This is a community that has already been experiencing ICE activity here for weeks now, and a community that has really embraced the immigrant population, whether it be the Hispanic population, whether it be the Somali population here. So this is a community that really feels like they look out for one another, and they feel that ICE agents, federal agents, are outsiders, and they've had to do a lot of rebuilding in the wake of George Floyd's murder and the protests that followed. They feel like they have done that with the police department to some extent, but now you have the federal agencies coming in and really wearing down, diluting that trust in this community.
Yeah, we'll have to see how the investigation will be handled on the local front as well, in addition to what the FBI is doing. We'll check back in. Brian Abel live in Minneapolis this morning. Thank you, my friend. Yeah. A lot still developing, as you can see there in Minneapolis and in Portland this morning, as Americans across the country call for justice. We'll keep you updated as we learn more hour by hour. Stream our newscasts for free 24/7 on our King 5 app.